This is Newstrack coming to you from our Rayfield studio. I am Nisi Allen. Possible Electric Mobility has unveiled what it described as Africa's largest electric vehicle charging hub in Abuja, with the capacity to charge more than 1,000 electric vehicles daily, as government policy drives private sector investment in clean transport infrastructure. In a statement, the company said the facility, which is nearing full operation, would strengthen Nigeria's position in Africa's emerging electric mobility sector and support the country's transition to sustainable transportation. The development comes as the federal government pushes policies aimed at accelerating electric vehicle adoption, including the removal of import duties on electric vehicles and mass transit buses. Industry stakeholders said the policy direction has improved affordability and encouraged investment in charging infrastructure and electric mobility services. Possible Electric Mobility stated that the Abuja charging hub ranks among the highest capacity EV charging facilities globally and will support high volume daily use for electric buses and commercial fleets. The company operates an integrated business model that combines vehicle financing, charging infrastructure powered by CAAS, and dedicated fleet maintenance to ease the transition to electric mobility for transport operators. Speaking about the project, founder and chief executive officer of Possible Electric Mobility, Musope Olaise Bikan, said the investment would help build a scalable electric transport ecosystem in Nigeria. Plateau Information, Communication and Technology Development Agency has reaffirmed its commitment to creating opportunities that would encourage the female gender to excel in ICT. Director General of the agency, Dominic Datong, stated this while declaring open the 2026 Girls in ICT Day celebration held at the Banquet Hall, New Government House, Rayfield in Jos. Our correspondent, Joshua Daye, has details as presented in our studio.
The Girls in ICT Day 2026 celebration, organized by Internet Society Nigerian chapter in collaboration with Nigerian Women in IT Plateau State chapter, has the theme Artificial Intelligence for Development, Girls Shaping the Digital Future. Participants at the celebration were female students drawn from Peakfield Academy, Rayfield, Government Secondary School, Sheher, Rayfield, St. Louis College, Jos, D. Starlight School, NVRI Staff Secondary School. Declaring the event open, Director General Plateau Information Communication Technology Development Agency Dominic Datong, represented by Yoila Yusuf, encouraged girls to explore careers in science, technology, engineering and mathematics, particularly in ICT and emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, robotics and data science.
Their creativity, intelligence, resilience are essential in shaping technologies that are inclusive, ethical, and beneficial to society.
Treasurer Internet Society Nigerian chapter Amaka Egba said the celebration is to inspire, encourage, and remind every girl that they have a place in shaping the digital future of the country and the world.
You are not just participants in today's program, you are the future engineers, you are the future innovators, future designers, future network technologists, future cybersecurity experts, and leaders that will shape Nigeria.
Representative of Nigerian Women in IT, Smart IT Limited and Edu Manager Information Management System in separate goodwill messages promised to sustain the partnership to encourage girls to pursue career in information and communication technology. The celebration featured career talk, mentorship session as well as competition and award presentation to organizations and individuals. Some of the students described the session as encouraging, while award recipients appreciated organizers for the honor.
Secretary to the government of the state, Samuel Jatto, has condemned the attack on the convoy of the Ongolongas, describing it as a total disrespect to the traditional institution and the state. Jatto, who led a high-powered delegation during a visit to the royal father, Ndeji Kagolit, at his residence in Pangshin, expressed government's displeasure over the incident. Our correspondent has details of the report.
The state delegation led by the Secretary to the Government of the State Samuel Jato had commissioners, special advisors, top government functionaries and the local government chairman of Mangu, Panshin and Kanke. Speaking during the visit, the SGS Samuel Jato conveyed the government's sympathy over the unfortunate incident that happened in Sabongari in Mangu local government area during a protest in reaction to the killing of young men by suspected gunmen, which led to damage on the vehicle of the royal father. Jato frowned at the mob action, stressing that government is already investigating to get the roots of the matter.
It was just a coincidence. And I plead with the people of Plateau State to take this thing, particularly the people of the gas nation, to take this as the act of God. It happened, it was just a coincidence. But government is digging up and will get to the root of the matter. And if there is any kind of mischief, the perpetrators, of course, if caught, will be dealt with severely.
He called for peace, unity, and mutual respect amongst the people, while stressing that the administration of Governor Caleb Mutfwang is a government of unity and peace.
The trend of Plateau people taking federal roads into their hands and blocking innocent travelers has to come to a stop. This will not be condoned. Next time anything happens anywhere within Plateau State, the reaction that government will take, they shouldn't blame government.
Responding in Golongas and chairman of Panshin Kanke Joint Traditional Council in Dejika Golit expressed deep appreciation to Governor Caleb Mutfwang and the delegation for the show of love and concern following the attack on his convoy. In the Golit, affirmed the governor called him immediately after the incident to check on his well-being and ask about his condition.
Honestly, I really appreciate the governor, the executive governor, because of his concern. Since that day, we called the two local government chairmen. They should come to me and check properly what happened to him. So it shows concern, it shows love.
He also expressed gratitude for the new palace constructed for him and the presentation of a new vehicle to replace the damaged one. Speaking on behalf of the three local government chairmen of Mangu, Panshin and Kanke, chairman of Panshin Local Government Council, Felix Gonum, thanked the delegation for the visit and identifying with the royal father during his trying moments. During the visit, the leader of the delegation presented a brand new Toyota Prado to Ngolongas to replace the damaged vehicle on behalf of Governor Caleb Mutfwang. From Panshin Local Government Area, Joseph Lankwa.
The Nigeria COVID-19 Action Recovery Economic Stimulus (NGCAS) in Plateau State has advised women to expose themselves to key opportunities in agriculture and monetary savings to enable them become economically empowered and contribute meaningfully to the growth of the state. Plateau State Coordinator NGCAS Haggai Gutap gave the advice during a one-day capacity building and skills acquisition workshop organized in the state by the Plateau State Cooperative Federation, PlascoFed Women Wing, in collaboration with the Plateau State NGCAS Coordinating Unit. Our correspondent was at the Community and Social Development Agency Hall, venue of the workshop, and now reports.
The one-day capacity building and skills acquisition training organized by Plateau State Cooperative Federation Women Wing in partnership with the State NGCAS Coordinating Units brought together members and non-members of various cooperative society in the state with the aim of training them to become active economic citizens. State Coordinator NGCAS Haggai Guntap said the training will help in changing the mentality of participants on the need to mobilize savings through cooperatives. Guntap appreciated the government for its commitment in ensuring that people are empowered economically.
We believe that cooperatives are not supposed to be centered on getting interventions from government and individuals, but the members should have a clear-cut vision on what they want to achieve.
President Cooperative Federation of Nigeria Hannatu Melshak charged women who she described as key economic drivers to take active role in advancing economic growth.
And as contributors, we need to be empowered. We need to be positioned as an active contributor to the economy, not just passive recipient.
Goodwill message came from the chairman, PlascoFed Women's Wing, through her vice, Jennifer Yerima, who said the workshop is deliberate in building a resilient community where women are active economically. Some participants at the training, including the Director of News and Current Affairs, Prtv, Esther Nasara, and Anna Jonah, said the training will help them to channel their resources rightly.
This workshop is an awakening for women to use their number, pull their resources together and better their lives.
We have learned a lot about saving and becoming independent as a person.
In Jos, Rodkan Nanfa.
The Plateau State Climate Action Network of Persons with Disabilities has been tasked to uphold the principles of equity, inclusiveness, and transparency in the discharge of their duties. Speaker, State Climate Change Assembly, Desmond Cholom, gave the charge while inaugurating the network. Our correspondent witnessed the event in Jos and now reports.
Do you pledge to advocate for PWD rights?
The official inauguration of State Climate Action Network of Persons with Disabilities was organized by the Equal Basis Development Initiative (EBD) with support from Disability Rights Funds (DFR). Speaker, Plateau State Climate Change Assembly Desmond Cholom tasked the members to promote inclusive climate action, advocate the rights and participation of persons with disabilities, as well as work closely with stakeholders to strengthen community resilience.
I encourage you to remain committed, united and proactive in advancing the rights and participation of persons with disabilities in climate discourse and community resilience efforts.
Director, Equal Basis Development Initiative, Patricia Palm, said the organization works to promote the general well-being of persons with disabilities through research, advocacy, training, empowerment, and capacity building.
We needed to, train 50 persons of disabilities to build their capacity, on advocacy, to build their capacity on climate response, and to build their capacity on disaster preparedness. So this is, the essence of this 2 days training. And then today, we are inaugurating 30 network of persons with disabilities, which these are advocates that are going to advocate for
Demand for inclusivity and change. The Climate Change Adaptation Inclusive Climate Action Advocacy and Disaster Preparedness for Persons with Disabilities training had various stakeholders in attendance. In Jos,
The Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development has launched a press attack tracker, PAT West Africa, to assist journalists in reporting all forms of attacks and violation made on them in the course of discharging their duties. The innovation that protects press freedom also documents and exposes every attack on the press. The center urges pressattack.africa. And on the foreign scene, 3 hikers have died after Indonesia's Mount Dukono volcanic erupted this morning. Rescuers have found all the survivors from a group of 20 hikers who went missing after the eruption. Most have evacuated from the mountain, though 2 have remained to assist in locating the bodies. Officials say the group, which includes 9 Singaporeans, was hiking up the volcano despite a climbing ban. Mount Dukono erupted at 7:41 local time, sending a 10-kilometer column of ash into the sky, according to the Volcanological Survey of Indonesia. Dukono is among Indonesia's most active volcanoes and is popular among hikers and tourists. And that is it on News Track. Stay tuned for global news at 6:30 p.m. and news updates at 10 p.m. Good afternoon.